Hi there, this video will instruct you how to make a Gerber daisy. So you're going to cut all the petals and centers, sepal and leaves according to the instruction document provided with your purchase of the template. And the first thing you're going to do is emboss all of your petals, okay? So we're going to create the texture on the petal. So we're going to take a embossing stylus. So this one I did purchase at Dollar Tree. There's also other ones like the wooden ones that I send with my Metaball Stylus toolkit. So you can use any of those. So with the Dollar Tree one, I'm using both ends here, which is nice. So for the three largest petals, I'm using the wider one. So all you're going to do is draw lines down towards the center on every single petal. Just draw lines, and the petals will start to lift, so you'll know which ones you completed that on. Because when you're pulling the Metaball Stylus towards you, it's lifting the petal actually. We're doing this to every single petal. So then if you flip it over, you can see the texture on the petal. Okay, so for the three largest, you do that to all of them. Then for all the smaller ones, you can use the opposite end, which is a much smaller tip, and do the exact same thing. So I usually hold the one I start with when they're smaller just to keep it under control when you're doing your lines. And just keep turning it. Again, it will lift up the petals so you can see where we started. Again, just draw some lines straight towards the center. If they overlap, that's okay. So you need basically 3 colors of paper. I use 65-pound cardstock. And this yellow is from an older paper pack. But the closest would be the Spice Market yellow, it's pretty similar to that. And then the brown is from Spice Market Brown by Recollections from Michael's, and also the green is from that pack. So once you have all them done, super easy. We're going to emboss our leaves the exact same way, so I'm just going to use the wider tip. I'm going to draw a line down, and then I draw lines towards that center line. So again, it creates the veining and texture on your leaves. Down the center, and then I like to draw lines towards the center. So if you flip it over, then you can see the veining. Okay, for the 3 largest, so 2 of them are the exact same size. I emboss the lines on the top, so I'm going to hold it on the top, and I'm going to take a bone folder and I'm going to curl them under. So you're just going to go around the entire petal and curl them under. So currently they're curled upwards because we pulled our lines towards the center, which lifts the petals. So now I'm curling them under. You still see the texture on your petals, so that's not going to waste. So now it'll look like a dome. Again, I added the lines on top, I'm going to hold it, use my bone folder and curl it under. Hold the petal at the base, pull it out and curl like you're curling ribbon. Okay, so those two are the same size, I think. Hopefully I didn't get them messed up. And then the third one, again, the petals are currently rolled up. I'm just gonna choose one and start curling them under. You just pull it out and pull that bone folder right across the petal. It's very satisfying, the sound. All right, so take your two largest. We're gonna keep it at that dome. I'm gonna kind of flatten it out just a little. I'm gonna take the second to smallest and roll it right where the petals meet the base. So the petals are still staying rolled under, but they're lifting up. Okay, take your other one that's the largest. Again, you can flatten it just a little to get your metal ball stylus on your flower shaping mat. Go around right where they meet the base. And you want to use a smaller one to really get that indentation in there. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add my glue to the two that are the same size. Just add glue to the one of them. And bring down your petals right in between the previous layer's petals. And again, they're the same size so that it lines up. You can roll the center to make sure it's adhered. You can lift up your petals a little. And now we're going to do the exact same thing to the third largest petal. Roll it where it meets the base. And you can bend them down a little. Add some hot glue. Okay, I'm just going to look at two petals and look at a petal and bring it straight down in between. This one's a little bit smaller. Roll the center. Now if you wanted to at this point, you can go ahead and add your sepal. So you can take a little bit larger metal ball stylus tool and roll it in a circular motion, just in the center, because you just want to have that circular shape. And then you can just, add glue to the back. And you can do this at the end or at this point. Just add your sepal. So this one I'm not stemming. If you were stemming it, you could pierce your hole through the sepal, and I do include instructions on how to stem a flower with your purchase. Okay, now we're going to take our centers. You're going to again cut them according to the instruction document. We're going to thread one onto your slotted quilling tool. I like to roll it just a few times. Add some hot glue. Now if you wanted to at this point, you can use craft glue. I'm going to roll my center. You can add glue periodically. Just try and keep it lined up. And we're just going to keep adding all of the centers until they're added. So it looks like that. Take our next one. And try and go to where we ended. Keep it lined up at the bottom. And keep rolling towards you. Add a dash of hot glue at the end to make sure it's secured. So now your center is just going to get a little bit larger each time. It's like you're making a peanut butter cup. Okay, go to where we ended. Start rolling. Add a little bit of glue. I like to hold it out and then roll it towards you. Secure the ends with glue. Add your hot glue and then go to where we ended. And periodically add your hot glue. If you do get any little glue strings, I just pull them off. This tool I did get at Dollar Tree. I'm not really sure. It's like a piercing tool. I'm not sure of the real name, but I like the really fine tip. It allows me to get my glue strings. Okay, start where you ended off. And because it's getting wider, I'm going to add some more glue. And then secure the end. If at any time it does fall off the slotted quilling tool, it's no worries. Just keep rolling it on. Okay, 2 more. Not a hard flower to make. And I so love Gerber daisies. Very hard to grow, but I don't have a green thumb, but that's why I make paper flowers, friends. And here, our Gerber daisies don't need to be watered. Keep rolling. Secure that end. Try and keep that lined up. That's the hardest part, right? Go to where you left off. Roll towards you. And now you can pull it off your slotted quilling tool. And now for all your centers, I like to curl them up. So they're already kind of curled towards standing up, but we're just going to go over each one and pull them to be curled a little bit more. Now you can do it as you glue, or do them all at once. It's your choice. Just make sure there's 2 of each, that you keep them in order by size from smallest to largest. So the center, no matter what color Gerber daisy I make, I use a brown center, and then your green leaves and sepal, and then whatever other color, all the petals are the same color. And again, we're just going through, and all the smaller ones, you're curling up with the bone folder, like you're curling the ribbon again. Hold the petals at the base so you don't rip them off. And there's 2 of each size. Okay. Now we're going to open up one of the smallest ones just because we need to glue our center in there, but I am going to roll it slightly right where the petals meet the base, just to lift those petals up. Now add a generous amount of glue to the bottom of your rolled center. If it's easier, you can flip it over, or you can just flip your brown center over and place it right in the center as best you can. It's a cute flower on its own, almost like a sunflower. Now I like to pinch my petals up and around. Okay, take your next one. Again, I like to roll with the smallest metal ball stylus right around where the petals meet the base to really lift them up towards the center. Okay, flip over your center, add some glue, and now I just look at 2 petals and try and place the petals right in between as best you can in the center. Okay, take your next one, roll it where the petals meet the base to really lift those petals up, and then we just open it up just ever so slightly. Flip our center over, add some hot glue. Try and place one of these petals in between the other ones. Now we just switched sizes, so just try and keep it even. Okay, take your next one, roll your center, open it up ever so slightly, flip your center over, add some hot glue. Again, I keep rotating this one just to make sure I keep it even. Try and placing one of the petals in between the previous layer's petals. Flip it over and you can adjust it really quick if you need to. You can take your next 2, let's roll them right where the petals meet the base to really lift them up. flip your center over. Again, keep rotating it where you're placing it. Look for a petal and place it in between the previous layer's petals. This is the hardest step, I'm not gonna lie. Trying to keep it even. Add your hot glue. Place your petals in between. Roll your last two centers again. Roll those petals right at the base, right along that edge. Add your hot glue. Place those petals right in between. Add some more hot glue. Again, keep rotating her around to keep her even. You can open it up a little. And then we're just going to glue it right in the center there. So look for a petal and place it in between. If you wanted to bend some of the larger ones back, you can. You can leave them up. If you want to add any shading with pen pastels, you can do that as well. There is your Gerber Daisy. Oh, I forgot to tell you, you can fold these up, the last layer, before you glue in the center. And then you have your, you can go over these if you wanted to. I like to do that a lot of times with my leaves. I'll just go over those embossed lines to really get that indentation or the veining in your leaves. And there you have a Gerber daisy. So you can make pink, orange, yellow, whatever color you'd like. Thank you for watching.